This is Luna pre-op. One of the sensory protocols that we're doing is about brushing, and we'll be doing daily brushing with a body brush. So that is a brush which is super soft to touch. It's a human body brush, and if I rub it on my own skin, it feels very soft, and it's not going to grab any of her fur. It's not going to take out any knots. It's not going to pull or tug. It's just going to kind of glide right over the top. So it's about as pointless as a brush goes. But what we want to do is help her brain to realize that touch isn't painful, as opposed to using something like this, which again just doesn't even really get that deep, but it definitely will grip and grab little knots, and is quite harsh on areas where it does touch the skin. They've said to start with the least painful areas. So for her, that's her head, and to try to not have any negative response. Nibbling herself. Hey. Hey. I know, honey bunny. I know, honey bunny. So, the least sensitive areas first. And if I'm consistently getting no negative responses, then moving on to more sensitive areas like her back and her legs. And they said to keep it really short, like 5 minutes tops, and just more trying to be consistent and getting in repetitions rather than duration. She is quite touch aversive, and if I do just touch her lightly anywhere on her body, she does flinch. So we're trying to avoid that response, because the more that happens, the more it's reinforcing that pattern in her brain. But generally the top of her head is quite a safe area. She already is telling me she doesn't really like that. And that's going to be the hard part, because it's like absolutely anything that I'm doing, the safest spot, the gentlest brush creates a no from her. She's like, God, I wish you wouldn't do that to me. I know, honey bunny. Oh, you're spasming. I really hope that after surgery, when all the spasms stop, we'll actually land in your neck. Hey, about your neck. We're just getting some consistent no's from her at the moment. Hey. I'm hoping that after surgery, we'll actually be able to start getting somewhere with this. She's just so unhappy. You know, you take a photo and, you know, she'd look happy because she looks like she's smiling, but she's just stress panting. She doesn't want to be in the crate. I'm trying to get her used to it, because she'll have to stay in there for weeks after she's had an operation, because she can't jump up and down off the bed. So she's going to have to stay in the crate all night. She just likes to constantly reposition and pace around the room. So oh my goodness. You'll hurt your ear. You'll hurt your ear. Can I like rub it nicely? Try not to let her get too into it because she just starts working herself up and then she gets to full on biting herself and taking chunks out of herself. And then she's got more wounds. And then we have to heal the wounds. So I'd really rather you didn't do that, Luna. You do have another wound on you. When did you do that one? Hey? Oh my goodness. Child. No, just leave it. Some of the vets are just like, just leave her in a cone all the time. She would flip. Absolutely flip. It was so amazing and wonderful to see Luna improve so much with how she accepted touch and how much her nibbling and agitation towards her own body reduced. I was really quite amazed at how fast that happened. I expected that it was going to take a really long time for us to get improvement. However, in saying that, although she is accepting and enjoying the brushing, she's still extremely twitchy. I'm slowly seeing improvement as time goes on. It's definitely day by day reducing, but it was quite shocking how bad it was in the first week. She had some of the worst spasming that I've ever seen. And I will talk about her first week and that post-op phase in another episode. I have only this week learnt about involuntary guarding in dogs, and that actually includes twitching, which is quite fascinating, and it's exciting that actually this process of touch and handling and brushing and creating safety with that and desensitizing her and remapping her brain will actually help lead towards reducing that involuntary guarding. So it's super important for me to keep it up, and I literally put the brush on my bed right next to her crate so that I can do it every day as she's going to sleep. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see what happens next.